Hello everyone, I'd like to talk about a very special figure today. I'm going to be reviewing a figure known as Black Tracks. This figure came out in 2002 in Japan, and it wasn't an ordinary release. This one came out as a lucky draw. So the only way you can get this one was to submit a lucky draw slip and hope that you'd get one of 300 figures that were available. This lucky draw was held for the Fight Super Robot Lifeform Transformers the Comics book that was released in Japan back in 2002. And here is the US version of it. This is just volume 1, but of 3 released here in the States. But in Japan, these 3 books were released all together. And anyways, so this figure came out back in 2002. It was a repaint, I guess, of sorts of Tracks, but also was a reissue of the Diaclone Black Tracks that came out before the Transformers came out. That original figure was actually only available through R-Kioski stores in Finland. It was never released in Japan or anywhere else. And so that makes it super rare. As far as I know, there's only about 10 plus figures that I've known to exist up to now of the original vintage figure. So this is, I guess, a bit of a homage to it. And it's slightly different from the original vintage one, but it is still probably the closest thing that many of us are going to come to the original. But so I've been lucky enough to get 2 of these Black Tracks, one complete and sealed in its box, in its inner packaging, and one loose just recently. And if you do any eBay searches or searches anywhere else, you'll see that this figure just goes for an astronomical amount of money. And it, for me, is just one of my prized possessions in my Transformers collection. That's including my vintage stuff. This is one of my prized possessions right here. So I'm going to be reviewing this figure and going over it and showing you what this one comes with. So originally, when it was reissued, or when it was released through the Lucky Draw contest, it was released in these white boxes. And through the prize, if you were able to get one by mail to you, it would have came with a black sticker here in the front. But if you notice, this one does not have a black sticker. And that was because during that time of the release back in, I think it was early 2003, from what I understand, that about 50 plus figures were released through eBay and sold for about 300 bucks a piece. And so this is one of those. And so there's really no difference from what I've read, other than it didn't come with a sticker in the front. And even, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's hard to see, but I guess one way to tell that this is a box from that prize, there's like a number stamped on the lid on the other side, but the other side is taped, so I don't want to open it. But you would get this figure like this, and that's how it would come. So let me open this up. So it comes with the inner cardboard, and in this figure, Black Tracks would come like this. It has gray missiles, gray launchers, a black gun, black little backpack for the missile launchers, and that's how it would come. It didn't come with any card or anything like that. So, one of the other thing is it came with instructions and a sticker label sheet. And you notice it has the number 44 on the side, and that's because it actually is the same exact sticker sheet as the Takara collection that came out in 2002 of the regular blue Tracks. So it came with the same exact instruction sheet and the same exact sticker label. So now, because I don't want to open this is sealed on both sides. I'm not going to open it. But like I said, I was lucky enough to just recently get a loose one in Japan, and I got it for a killer deal. So I'm gonna go over. So here's So these stickers actually did not come with this loose figure. I actually got them from a Takara track reissue. So being that it's the same thing, I figure this is how I could complete. But my loose one actually came with just this stuff. It unfortunately didn't come with the gray missiles. The seller included some white missiles, but other than that, I mean, it has the regular missile launchers and the black backpack, the black gun. But other than that, the figure itself is just in pristine condition. So I'm going to go over this and review it. And you can just see, this is just one of the, in my opinion, it's one of the most beautiful of the G1 cars. I mean, it is just a gorgeous piece here. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. But so yeah, so this is black tracks. I did notice too, the plastic window is a slightly tinted green, a little different from the regular G1 reissues and release. But and then on the bottom side, let's see if you can read it. It does have the Hasbro 1980 stamping. Takara shows, and then it's where it would have said Japan. It's blocked out. So, and I'm gonna bring out some figures to compare to. Now here's Road Rage, the reissue, also a reissue of the regular tracks. So we got the three just to compare, just to see what it looks like. So you could see here, and but yeah, I mean this thing is just gorgeous. It's just a beauty, and it's very highly sought after by not only Transformer collectors but also Diaclone collectors, because being a Diaclone reissue repaint, it's very rare. There's probably not going to be any other way to own, for many collections, not a lot of ways to own this one other than buying the reissue, and unless you got it back in the day when it was like super cheap. Yeah, right nowadays, if you look on eBay, I mean, there's one for sale for like $5,000. I mean, I don't think it's worth that much, but it's still worth several $1,000s. I mean, depends on how bad you really want it, but it's just goes to show how rare this thing is. And I'll transform them in a minute. But yeah, so this is the bottom side, but it's just, yeah, it is just so awesome to have it on hand, to see it right now. Just like I just love, like, even the figures, anything that's black like that, it just looks pretty awesome. But yeah, so this figure was released again in Finland only, and the original one was, but so for a collector to have this on hand, it's just really nice. So I'm going to transform these guys. I'm going to pause the video and transform them in robot mode so you can see the comparisons. So here's the figure in robot form. I'll do a little close-up of the face. You can see how plastic is a little different. And I'm gonna add the weapons, the little backpack with the missile launchers, just so you can see how it looks. Looks pretty cool. All blacked out, all pimped out. Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. And in here, I'm gonna compare him to the other figures. Here's Road Rage, the reissue of the Corvette Stingray, and then here's Tracks, reissue of the regular Hasbro release. And yeah, so you can see, compare and contrast how it looks. I mean, they just, all three look pretty cool, but definitely very different from each other. But I mean, they're pretty cool. And you can see how they match up to each other. So again, yeah, so And just wanted to also mention too, the original Diaclone figure came with his Diaclone pilot, and it was similar to this one. This is a repro here, but this is what the original Diaclone figure would have came with. But yeah, so this is my review of Black Trax. Let me know what you think. Yeah, just a very, very beautiful figure all around, and just really awesome to have. But so, yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.